This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Joe Longo.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast Live. Are you in need of a spiritual healing community? Well, one might be closer than you think. And today I have the pleasure of introducing your good neighbor, Nicole Colella, with SpiritHealer Wellness. Nicole, thank you so much for being here with me today. How are you
Thanks
doing?
for having me. Hi, Joe. Thanks for having me.
Oh, you're so welcome. I cannot tell you how happy it is to see you sitting outside because of our up and down weather that we've been having. So it's nice to see that maybe spring is actually here and will stay for more than a day.
Well, it feels like summer today. We have a high of 94. So
Wow. Right. It has been all over the place.
yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about SpiritHealer Wellness?
Well, it is a wellness center that is built around forming community. I do private one-on-one sessions where I am a tarot reader and an energy healer. I also do pet communication and pet mediumship. But a lot of what I also do is find ways to get people from the community together to gather, to meet each other, and to really collaborate.
That's wonderful. How did you get into this space?
I always say the universe dragged me kicking and screaming.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah, basically. So it was back in 2020. My dad had passed away, and just kind of I really started discovering that I had been psychic my whole life, and I really didn't understand. It's like you get plopped into a foreign country and you don't know the language and everybody's trying to communicate with you. And then you finally learn the language and the bell goes off and it's like, ding. And that's basically what happened when I learned how to read the tarot. And how that happened was it literally showed up in a subscription box to me for, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is what I'll do next. Like, there's really nothing else to do. and, and then it was like I opened Pandora's box. And it's just been growing from there. But yeah, it was literally like I learned the language that I needed.
That's so interesting. I love it when that happens. In this space that you work in, some may call it woo-woo, if you will. What are some of the misconceptions that you found through the years of this work?
Oh, the biggest one is that I am not going to tell you your fortune. The way that I work is using the tarot almost as a diagnostic tool. And also from a life coaching perspective, because I do have a life coaching certification as well. So it's more about working through what barriers are causing, like you're coming up against, or some trauma or some pattern that you're not releasing that's holding you back. So that's more of what I use the tarot for. It's not for like fortune telling. And yes, there are like fortune tellers out there that tell you your future and all of that stuff, but they're not really using the tarot. They're just they're tapping into other sources, and maybe just using the tarot as a tool to keep the client's eyes busy. It's more, what I'm doing is more of the opposite. Like, I'm using the tarot to keep my eyes busy because I'm channeling information in. But the tarot is almost like cues for me to understand what's being told to me through the channeling I'm doing.
And as we were talking before we hit record, could you share a little bit about what you're doing with community and for the healers that are in the community?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So every other month, I have what I refer to as the Healers Networking Dinner. And basically, that's for holistic healers in all walks of professions to come together, and we just have a meal together, and we network, we talk about issues that we're all encountering, ways to solve problems. Sometimes we just go really deep and start asking like questions of like, hey, do you encounter this? Or what's your take on that? And it gets really, really cool. And sometimes it lasts way longer than it should.
That's when you know you have something good going.
Right.
So we all know that marketing is at the heart of every business. Who are your target customers and how are you attracting them?
So right now, I am primarily doing two things: word of mouth, and secondly, hold on a second. I'm sorry. I've got a
Okay.
noisy puppy. Hey, here, quiet. Here he is.
Be the star of the show.
Yes. So, and then I'm also advertising in Natural Awakenings magazine. So that has a very like specific target market already, and
Hmm.
that's really bringing in a lot of the clientele. Uh,
Hmm.
and the word of mouth is big too, because it's a rarity that people actually work with animals and do
Hmm.
animal mediumship. That's something that I also specialize in. And then I also do energy work, energy healing, but it's different than Reiki. It's more advanced
Hmm.
because I do bring in that life coaching perspective and that diagnostic tool of the tarot as well as crystals. So it's not just me pumping energy at you. We're sitting down and we're saying, okay, well, why are you in this pattern, and where are these blockages in your body, and what's causing them? Like, where are these behavior patterns coming from? And we really start to solve. And when someone, it's kind of almost like the 12-step program, that you have to like recognize that you have the problem in order to start to fix it. So it's not just that I'm sitting here throwing energy at you. We're working on every level:
Hmm.
mind,
So,
body, and spirit.
right. Very, very important to get them all together on
Hmm.
the same page.
Correct.
Um, have you ever thought about having a podcast of your own and sharing this knowledge and this through this kind of platform?
I have I've tried on Instagram Live a few times. I mean, not a few times. I mean, I've done it with other
Hmm.
facilitators, where I interview other facilitators, and then I take it and I put it on Spotify, and that's called The Magician and the Divine. I actually have that.
Oh.
But I haven't really expanded out into it. I'd like to. I am considering it, but
Hmm.
it's fine. I don't want to say it's finding the time, but it's like a whole nother job.
Uh-huh. It definitely is. And worthwhile in this world that we live in with everybody wants us to be everywhere all of the time. Um, so when you're not doing this work, what are you doing for fun?
I am an avid knitter and crocheter, which I was at one point, during COVID. I was writing and publishing patterns. So that was something that I was doing and
Hmm.
before the tarot deck showed up. And so that's I'm Fierce Hook on Etsy, just to push that. So I do
Hmm.
still have that out there, and I am still doing that. I spend time with my animals and just time out in nature. And that's basically what I do. I love to read. I am also writing. I teach. So I have written, this year alone, I've written 3 books or 3 manuals on the tarot. And then I am actually working on creating the rest of the manuals for my healing modalities. So there's going to be 7 in total, and I'm on the 4th one right now.
Wow, Nicole, you are keeping busy.
Yeah.
You are keeping busy for sure. If you can tell our listeners one thing that they should remember about Spirit Healer Wellness, what would that be?
They're always welcome.
Mm.
I and the community just isn't in person. The community is also online. So there's a lot of things that are going on that people can participate in from wherever they are,
Mhm.
and they can do that virtually with us too.
That's great. And can you tell our listeners where they can find out and learn more about Spirit Healer Wellness?
Sure. My website is spirithealerwellness.com. I am also on Instagram and Facebook under Spirit Healer Wellness. And that's it.
That's great. That's great. Nicole, thank you so much for being part of the Good Neighbor podcast today. We wish you all of the luck and success moving forward with everything that you're doing and creating.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpnepa.com. That's gnpnepa.com. Or call 570-908-4334.